what's up, guys? It's the Cheeky Fellas back again with another episode. You already know it's your favorite guys on the pod things. We're the favorite guys, right? We have to be.
Precisely, yes.
By now. You did? So we have, thank you guys for tuning in again. We're going to go around, introduce ourselves, and see what it's saying for this episode. Where we starting, right or left? Let's start on the right today. Let's go. You got?
Okay,
you got?
It's D. Dot, a.k.a. Christian Frederick Cole.
Christian Frederick Cole, who that?
It's actually the first black male, I believe, to attend Oxford University, I think in the 1800s. So,
amen.
There we
Shout
go.
out,
Amen. Shout out. Come on, let's do this. Left side.
Yeah, you see it. It's me, Frenchie, a.k.a. A. Dot. You know how it is, man. We in the building.
Say no more, ski. Hey, I'm back today. I got my AKAs.
All right, this time, you prepared?
You ready? Are you not ready? All right, cool. Bro, look at me fumbling, bro.
Hey, whilst he's fumbling, shout out to everybody that showed us support with the first 2 episodes. Bless up for that. We love what you guys are supporting.
Gang. Come on, you already know who it is. Mr. James, a.k.a. Rockstar James, a.k.a. Sexiest man on the planet, a.k.a. Mr. Sex Model 2021, a.k.a. Mr. Ski Mask James. He's here in the motherfucking building,
I didn't know what he said.
I was not ready for that, actually.
You didn't hear what I said?
No, don't go again.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
I can go again.
No, don't go again.
Are you sure?
It's okay.
You know what, man? I was ready today still.
Who are you sponsored by?
We're sponsored by Mr. Ray and his nephew.
Come on.
You already know. We had to pattern it with the mixers today. K.A. Still Black Grape. Sun Exotic as well on deck. Come on, man.
Can't lie, I'm not much of a drinker.
No?
I'm not too much of a drinker, no.
Yeah. I don't mind though. With me, it's either.
Bro. Especially Ray Nephews. Last time I had it, I blacked out. I don't remember that night.
You blacked
Bro.
out?
That's
Bro,
like
this
the
is
only
serious.
night.
Did you read
This
the
is the only
percentage on
night.
this?
What's the percentage?
Bruv, read that. That's not normal.
63%. That's not that bad.
Okay.
How much is vodka?
then.
Vodka's
No, that's fine.
vodka's what, like
Remember the last guy that
25?
said...
Vodka is 25.
Okay, yeah.
And this is like
No, vodka's like 40 though, no? When you look
40.
at Ciroc.
Yeah, 40. Around 40.
Yes, and that's perfectly fine.
Okay, Daniel. Wow.
Remember
I'm impressed.
Remember
Russ,
how you fucking ended up that night?
I'm not. I've been up north for the past. I'm not Russell. I'm
Yeah.
not
Gee, I
Russell.
say they drink beers up there. They don't
No,
drink
it's
like
as a student, it's just straight vodka. Like
swear.
you just like you're broke. You literally go to Tesco, buy a 15 bottle
Sir,
pound of like 1.5 litre, and then that's what
Oh
you
my
drink for the
days.
night.
that
every
is a
night.
mad thing. I wouldn't be able to do that.
No, you
1.5
found it.
litres.
Yeah, you buy that, and then that's what you drink.
I feel sick. Just
No,
thinking.
not for that night. You'll drink like a quarter of that bottle a night.
Bro, that's fucked.
That's messed up.
What?
I wouldn't be able to do it. See me, I can
Yeah.
drink, yeah, but there's a limit, man. That's a bit too far.
Oh well,
Mm.
you gotta learn. You drink Wednesday, Friday, maybe Thursday night if you're going out. As
Wednesday's
well,
all the
Saturday.
student nights, isn't it?
Yeah,
Wednesday
Wednesday's student
Yeah.
night. Absolutely.
That's like the everywhere you go.
Mm.
Yeah, tear
Mm.
up.
I can't
Saturday,
even
Sundays is
relate,
when
so.
the older man, the older people
people
then
come out.
come. Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, so
Fair enough, bro. All right, what are we saying though? How was our week? What are you like saying about your week?
gee, my week was so plain this week, man. I was just working. I have literally
Yeah?
been working.
Bro, that's the best. That's the best. You're making your bread, bro. Can't complain, innit?
Bit of reading here and there, and
Mm.
then I actually took the time to watch Coming to America 2
Cold.
the other day.
Cold.
It wasn't cold.
Did you watch that?
I haven't watched it yet.
You didn't like it?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the leader of the other tribe. He was hilarious.
Gee, why you ruining it for everyone that haven't watched that shit?
Well, I've not ruined anything.
He hasn't
I'm just,
said
I just,
anything
I'm
much.
just,
Spoiler alert.
I'm
It's a
Yeah.
bit late, but
But I feel like the way they explored some themes was a bit weak.
I get you.
They could have done better. But enjoyable.
At the end of the day, it was a movie that they even said it in the movie. It's a movie that nobody asked for. It's
Yeah.
a sequel that literally nobody asked for.
yeah.
So it's kind
I
of
was-
just like a gift to us.
I was
Yeah.
seeing mixed reviews. Some people were like, "Oh, I don't want to." I heard bad things. I don't want to watch it. It might ruin the memory of the first one.
Yeah.
The first one was.
The first one
iconic,
was
innit?
legit. Yeah,
Yeah.
for real. But yeah, man. What else about your week can you say?
Just getting back in shape. Couple runs this week. I think I went down by
Get
3
ready
kg.
for summer, yeah?
Yeah, I'll try my hardest.
Road trip.
I'll try.
Oh, yes, sir, skis. Let's not say too much about that yet, though. Not yet.
You
Not
just
yet.
don't your location, your moves, yeah.
But yeah. So what, me? Is it my turn?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Calm. My week was okay. Again, just working hard. But this week I took some time to look into some other podcasts. I just want to say now, like, shout out to the Two Real Podcasts. 2 girls on this podcast just literally talking their shit. Like, All my days, lads. Lads.
MJ's already aware of how I feel about this podcast. It's a bit explicit. I saw the clip like multiple times.
I support that.
I love it. Same.
You support?
Bro,
100%.
like, they are literally speaking their truth.
I don't.
They're literally the suffragettes of today.
Wait.
Do your shit.
Bro, they're literally the suffragettes of today.
Think about that before you laugh. Suffragettes, they're fighting for everything.
For their rights, for their
female-
freedom,
for
for everything
whatever they
believe in.
want to
Sexual liberation. That's what.
Exactly.
Okay. So the sexual liberation of them.
You guys, one day I would love you guys on this podcast as well. You get it?
Speaking it to existence, bro.
100%.
Manifest that.
Amen. So them and actually I don't really watch TV anymore, but I started watching this show called I think it's First Date Teens. Have you seen that for the First Date series?
I saw the advert for it, but I've not taken time to watch it.
First Date Teens. There's some black guy from Ends. He went on there. I don't know him, but you can just tell he's from Ends by the way he's speaking.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
So jokes, bro. Take some time to watch it.
Okay.
It's flipping hilarious, man. All my days, I was crying. I was gone. So yeah, you guys watch it.
What's it
First
on?
Date Teens. It's on like ITV. So like
Okay.
channel. I think ITV.
I think I did see that. I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it on-
It's so jokes. It's so jokes.
on-
It's so jokes. But
I
yeah,
remember that fucking page.
but yeah, that was pretty much my week. Work and just like tapping into other podcasts and yeah, like actually watching TV again. I haven't watched TV in so long.
Right. So what's the big news this week? We all know the big news. Was it last week? My guy got freed.
Yo,
One and only
Fishman, man.
return.
He's out.
Bobby, hey, yo, free my guy Bobby.
He's freed, man. He's
I'm
free.
back in it, bro. How many years? 6 years. 6 years we ain't had Bobby out in these
we had
streets.
to pay some respect to him when that drive fam
Bro,
blasted the shit out of that.
no cap. This guy, he really done his thing, man, and he held it down for so long. Do you know, have you like paid attention to Bobby like recently while he's been out?
How do you
Like
mean?
his behavior, like how he's been ever since he's been out.
I've seen some memes of like when he was in a car with like two girls and everyone was like, you could afford better. I don't know what that was.
Bro, those were his friends.
Those were his
those
friends?
girls were his friends.
Oh, okay. Maybe I was just.
He weren't chilling with none of the hood people. They offered him alcohol.
Oh, yeah, no, he can't.
Man was like, nah, I'm good. I got my bottle of water.
No, it's because he can't
I
drink.
saw
it.
that.
He's on probation. That's why I said. I
That's
don't think he's allowed to
yeah,
drink
yeah,
alcohol
yeah,
at
yeah.
the time.
But still,
that just shows you like he ain't trying to go back.
Yeah.
This guy's out. He's saying he's here to stay and he's here to make his bag. I saw this tweet the other day about how he was writing. I think it was 2016. A girl, she was 6 years old, and she wrote to him in jail, and she was like, "You're my favorite rapper. Like, stay strong, keep doing your thing." And that really hit my man. Like, kids are listening to me. Like, I need to be a role model.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So when he gets out, he's bringing the vibes as always. I can't wait till he jumps on Culture Free with the Migos. They've been talking about, you know, he got to jump on that. So I'm waiting for the day. I'm waiting for the day.
Gee, that one's you just know it's gonna hit the streets.
Bro, it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit.
I'm
No
excited.
Kepski.
I'm excited. And how actually, to be fair, you know, the one thing with me right now is that do you feel like he's gonna be able to come back and top what he did?
How about hard?
How high are your expectations for him?
You know what? Yeah, it's a different era, innit?
That's what I'm saying.
It's a different era. Like back then, he had his sound in that era, but it's kind of like as time goes on, there's
Things
a different
change.
trends of music.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's gonna have to join this trend. Like
Or
Rowdy
he could
Rep-
keep trying what he's done, what he knows. But how successful is he gonna be?
That's the thing.
thing.
But on the other hand, we love Bobby because of Bobby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he could probably still come out and make the same exact
I know
high
I'm gonna
energy
bang it,
music.
you
I'm
know.
gonna be in my car banging out that music, doing a mad thing on the M-Ways. You know me, Rockstar James. Yeah. I'm here for Bobby, and bro, like, I'm just gonna wait till he.
Looking like one
Final
F1
jobs.
driver, bro.
Bro,
Come on.
yeah, already. I
Ski-Mas.
told you, Ski-Mas
Drive
James.
your- What's
I'm
the shirt, man?
Fam, this is
Track
actually
suit.
Boohoo Man. Shout out
Fuck
Boohoo
off.
Man. You put me on today.
Nah, that's
Yeah,
cold.
With this
fabulous.
tracksuit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Fabulous.
lit. Yeah, even my guy, you came correct today as well, man.
Yeah. Check the shirt
The shirt's lit, but no,
thank
the
you.
crepes though.
and the crepes.
Show them the crepes.
Still got a tag on, baby. Brand new. Go
guys
cut me up.
taking the piss.
Go cut yourself a pair of Oswegos, baby. Sponsor me, Adidas.
And
Sponsor
don't
me.
take off the tag.
Don't take off the tag.
That's how you know that is
You need to take off
authentic.
the tag, bro.
Don't take off the
Yeah,
tag.
you need to.
People need to know it's fresh.
You need to
They need to know that he just came out the box.
But yeah, Pressure's with like I'd say he is under a lot of pressure. Bobby,
Yeah.
he has a lot to prove right now.
Mm.
But I think he's got it. I think he can do it.
At the same time, I feel like there isn't as much pressure
Really?
because he came out. Now imagine in jail. The only pressure that's gonna. You just came from jail. Actually, wait, you're right. Because when niggas are in jail, you expect them to be writing like pot of paper. When he came out, the first thing he did was go straight to the studio.
There we go. Boom. You're right.
He wrote bears. He just dropped bare songs.
He was ready.
So I guess you can say there's pressure in that sense.
100%.
You expect something.
Yeah, like because Gucci Mane came out of jail the last time.
That wasn't the real Gucci, but it was
Bro, clones.
Oh my gosh, not
Bro, he looks fam.
He came out slim. That's it.
Came out a different
He
human.
came out different, bro.
Yeah, he studied, relaxed. You know what I mean? Became a
But that's the thing. Like, is jail the motive?
what?
Bro, if you want to focus on gym, you know what they say, bro. You have to go jail.
If you want to
Bro,
focus on gym,
if you want to focus on gym, get hench. Like, read your literature. Flipping, get a new level
clued up.
and elevation
There we go.
of mindset. Fam,
Get some enlightenment there, fam.
go jail.
Yeah.
Literally.
calm. Calm. So whenever there's joint enterprise, any kind of conviction going on, yeah, you'll take the dip for man, yeah.
What, for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, you're my brother.
Okay, sweet. So when I commit murder, I'll say it was you, and you take the dip.
Yeah, therefore. But would you bail me out though?
No. You want to stay there for the enrichment. You said.
Oh,
You said you want to get, hench, the books, so you can stay there, do the time. It's an experience for you where you're gonna improve as a person, and I want you to have that experience. I'm gonna go on a murder spree, and you're gonna take the die for man. I respect that. That's a real guy right there.
Shit, man. That's my boy, man.
I'm a real one.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm saying. Kodak as well. That guy looks like a clone. He was not in gym for long enough to get that slim. He wasn't.
But it shows the power of your diet, fam.
Yeah.
It shows like, bro, I've said this before as well. You can easily lose weight. Losing weight is so easy. Gaining good weight is hard. Gaining good weight, is it like muscle or whatever?
Yeah.
That's hard.
100%.
But losing, bro, you can just stop eating, bro. No, that's not obviously. I'm not
Just
trying to say that.
Starve yourself.
I'm not trying to
That's
advise
the
that.
best way forward.
But that's what I'm saying. That's how easy it is.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, for sure,
Bet.
man.
So abstracting away from Bobby and the pressure on him to succeed on his return from the jailhouse, let's talk about you guys, us man here, and the pressure on us as young. Actually, let's go back to like when we were kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you were a kid, talk me through MJ. What kind of pressure was on you to like succeed?
Fam, immense pressure, yeah. I'm not even gonna start from me. I'm gonna start from my dad. Like, my dad was basically a farmer. Like, basically a farmer. Like, his dad had a banana plantation.
Yeah.
And this guy, that's what he used to do to get paid. And sometimes he would hardly get paid. You know what I'm saying? So he started from there, and from doing that, he never really liked going to school. And the only motivation that his dad had for him was to tell him, one day you're going to need it. One day you're going to need school. And it's not a sort of thing where his dad was telling him like, okay, cool, let's work around it. Maybe less time on the plantation, but like go out there, make sure you get your books right. Nothing proper like positive, motivational. But his dad used to tell him, oh, like one day you're going to need school. One day you're going to. And today, my dad is kind of facing those consequences.
Yeah.
Because it's not like he didn't do anything about it. Because he's kind of like, oh yeah, dad, you're just talking better. Now, my dad's not the best at reading, neither at writing, but he's great with his hands. That's the only thing. So he come to London now, and he's kind of telling me, from his dad's mindset, he's trying to tell me like, I'm not gonna force you with academics, this, that, and the other, but just use my story in a sense.
Yeah.
Use my story in a sense, like be the best you. I ain't gonna tell you that, oh, you're gonna miss, like as if you will regret it later, because that's the kind of mindset that his dad gave to him. And he's kind of like, just be the best you that you can be. And he kind of stretched it though. I mean, it depends. You kind of limit your own potential, but he was kind of, he told me like, be the next Bill Gates or something. How? Where am I going to get this bread? How am I going to be the next Bill Gates? Where? In what aspect? But it's a thing where I probably shouldn't take it so literally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's just
Like-
trying to say that the opportunities are there for you.
100%. He's brought me literally to another world.
Yeah.
Like he was raised in a third world generation.
Yeah,
Literally as a farmer boy, like, and he taught himself how to like his tradesmanship. Like he taught himself how to build, etc., etc. And from a farmer boy, he was building pools for like hotels, one of the best hotels on the island, stuff like that, houses, etc. At the age probably when he was around like 24, 25.
Yeah.
You know, so he was doing really well, and he came up here and brought that same energy, just from the things that he learned. So with me, it's kind of like he did that stuff, but he's not putting the type of negative pressure his dad put on him, but
Yeah.
more so positive. It was still a lot of pressure,
Yeah.
but I kind of respect him for that because of what he came from. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, in terms of the Bill Gates thing, it's like I'm not gonna be Bill Gates, but like I'm gonna not take his words so literally and kind of apply it to myself. Just be the best version of me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think what parents do, especially to their kids, is they set these dumb high expectations
Crazy.
and not realize when the kids are growing up that they are their own person.
Yeah.
They're not gonna be this Bill Gates or whatever. Maybe they could, but like, no, actually they can't. They can't be that person exactly to the T.
Yeah.
They can't be that smart. Like, well, they can, but I don't know. What I'm trying to say is, like, they just keep you. They put you on a path where you have no control of it. You kind
Yeah.
of lose who you are as a person
Yeah.
because you're trying to constantly think about your parents. You want their, like, I don't know, their approval or whatever.
Validation, etc.
All that bull. Yeah. So
Why do you think they put that kind of pressure? Or where do you think this pressure comes from? Or this like intense pressure comes from?
I think it's just the fact that that's when you have a kid, straight away your thoughts are like, oh, imagine all the things that he could have been. Through the fact that where they came from, they never had what you have. They've learned so much through their life. Like my dad as well, literally the same roots as yours, from a farmer background. My dad, he grinded, he got his first cab. Like he started doing a cab job. Then he started selling cars. From a car, like obviously he met my mom. We live in Addis Ababa in Ethiopia. Boom. From there, like, do you know what I mean? Like he's kind of played his own game. He's played his chess game to get us to a position where it's like, okay, now this is what I've got. I need you guys to
build from this.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I need you to like get to levels where I couldn't quite get to
Yeah.
through the skills that we've
Yeah.
gained, like from living in this country. Like, do you know what I mean?
Literally, just like the point of like, do better than me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Take
Yeah.
it to the next level, kind of thing. And with that, I respect them. But still, I feel like sometimes the way that they handled it
Yeah.
might have been not the best.
Not ideal.
I agree.
Not in the best ways.
Yeah.
What about you, Daniel?
Yeah.
In my case, I actually haven't had too much pressure on me. I think because my story is different from both of yours in that my mum was born. I think my mum was born here and also went to like primary school here and then went back to like
All right.
West Africa and then returned. So her like view of like the gains from like UK education might have been slightly different to like the views your parents had in regards to like, okay, yeah, this job will lead you to becoming a doctor or like,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
this
yeah. Yeah,
level of education will lead to this. But if we're talking like West African culture and kind of what most people talk about, it's like the whole idea of, you know, those three key roles. You've got engineer,
Boy.
lawyer, and doctor.
All right then.
You got those
100%.
three. And, you know, at such an early age, you kind of have your parents kind of push that on you as like, you know, these are the three set things that I want you to like strive for as hard as you can. And there's like, and to bring up what Ayman was saying in regards to like, because both of you are actually fully aware of your parents' stories
100%.
prior. Wait, how early did you learn these? Like when you were like much younger?
Bro,
They were telling you.
literally as soon as I could understand.
Yeah.
Okay, see there, I feel like personally, that it puts a lot of pressure. That even that story puts a lot of pressure on the child. You know, you hear how like a ton of parents will be like, oh, actually no, let me not say a ton of parents. Some parents from like sub-Saharan Africa, some parents from struggle will describe the struggle they've been through and like the things they've done. But look what all I've done to get here, and then they kind of go, yeah, you're here, don't waste this opportunity. And they'll kind of like maybe put it on like, I've done all this stuff for you to make sure that you can get here, here, and here. But mentally in my head, I'm kind of like, well, obviously I process it. You know, I understand it, but really and truly, I'm like, well, it's a lot of pressure to put on my shoulders at an early age, kind of putting your story on me.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
And
They have to notice that, bro. it's a different environment. At the end of the
That's
day,
it.
you're
That's
gonna
it.
be like, what's that phrase? A product of your environment. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, you're gonna be a product. My dad, of course, my dad did not want to be on a banana plantation.
Yeah.
That's what his dad had. So that's what he had to partake in to make sure his family was good, to make sure that he was good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he was a product of his environment in that sense. Growing up, he felt like he needed something else. He wasn't getting enough from that. So he learnt a trade. Boom. Now he is where he is today. Own company, doing what he's doing today, and not doing too bad, doing well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like Dad, you gotta understand that. Okay, cool. You did help me. You did bring us to the UK,
Yeah.
but we're here now. Like the ideals that you had back in Lucia, St. Lucian, by the way, shout out, big up to you, man, as well. The ideals that you had in St. Lucian, that same environment is not the environment here. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. My dad thinks that you lot are thugs.
Wait, what? Thugs.
He thinks you guys are thugs.
Street hooligans.
Hooligans on the street. He thinks you lot carry, fam.
Mad.
Literally, just because he sees that maybe like when we go out, we're in a tracksuit, or we've got some fancy shoes, or like basically how I'm dressed right now. Basically how I'm dressed right now.
You are wearing a ski mask.
I am
to
wearing
be
a flipping ski mask. Basically a balaclava, but I'm a big man now. I'm going next G. But yeah, like from a kid, when I said, Dad, I'm going out with my friends, where? I'm literally just going to play football. Make sure you don't get in trouble, you know. I'm warning you, know. If you go to jail, I'm not coming, you know.
Imagine if you go pen.
If you go to jail, even hospital, if you go to hospital, I'm not coming, you know.
Gee.
Bro, like, I'm not dumb. Like these principles that you're giving me, they're still here. You didn't raise me to be that kind of kid. I wasn't like the most disadvantaged kid.
Yeah.
So I'm still smart. Like, have some faith in me as well. Do you know what I mean?
Did your dad kind of like apply? Because from what you're saying, did your dad kind of like apply like purpose or like attempt to apply purpose to everything you did? So if you tried to go play football, you like, well, you could be studying.
Yeah.
Like what are you doing?
Don't
You
even
could-
start that.
Boy.
That was my March.
guy
My
was
March
acting like-
was the one.
This guy was acting like he was on the plantation 24/7, bro.
Easy. You know what I'm saying, fam? Like with me, I'll be my March, man. But then again, I was a kid. I didn't like to come home because I know as soon as I come home, I have to do my work. Like I had a
It's
strict
basically
routine
school
of
again.
yeah, exactly. I'll come home from school, and then I'll be working till like 8 or 9, and then from there is bed. And it was like same routine. That's why I fucked about so
I
much.
can't lie. Yeah, 7 and 8. This guy was one of the smartest flipping kids, bruv. I knew nothing. I can't lie. In science, I was always copying of this guy's book.
Jesus Christ.
I'm telling you right now, this guy was so smart in year 7 and 8. Like, personally, because we was friends from early. I thought this guy knew everything. I was so shocked. I said, like, bruv, how does this guy know all this stuff? So I was in every class that I was with him. I was always next to him because I knew that this guy was always patterned, fam.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So from you saying that, I just know like that's true for sure. For me, not so much. Like he would tell me, yeah, definitely select a few hours, 2 hours a day at home, calm. That's all right for me.
Bro, I wish it was like that. Nowadays, bruv, I'm so glad they took that approach, my little brother. Because I think, so I had this conversation with my parents where we were just having a heart-to-heart. It's like one of our first times properly, like
It's needed,
getting
fam.
deep in it, do you know what I mean? So I was talking to her about like how I felt like a lot of anxiety as a kid. Simply because like every day I would come home, it's like, why are you not doing work? You could be doing this, and then I'll be at school and I wouldn't even want to come home. I'll be doing fuckeries. I feel like that's kind of a reason why kind of tilted away like being as close as I should be with my family.
Yeah.
So it was one of them ones where I told her, look, I don't want you to do this with my little brother.
Yeah.
Like, understand that he's his own person. Like, he's going through his own troubles. What they went through, it's not the same thing as what we've gone through. It might not seem like, oh, look, you got it easy. You don't have to go do 9 to 9, I don't know, straight up working in fields or whatever. Like, do you know what I mean? But our grind is different. Is much like you have to focus. You have to use your head.
100%. The opportunities here are way different.
Yeah.
Way different. And it's like growing up here, what we're exposed to is totally different, and they just don't understand. It's easy to tell me to become an engineer when you know nothing about engineering.
There we go.
How you gonna
There we fucking
demand that I become an engineer? Tell me, Dad. Tell me. What do you know? Mum, what do you know, Mum? Tell me something now. Tell me something. You don't know nothing about being a doctor. Inspire me. I feel like an angle that they should take is to inspire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or
Inspire
from
me.
doing it yourself.
Exactly.
Being
Show
the
me, be like, let me see these qualities in you. Or inspire me to become such.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, sometimes, I wouldn't say sometimes, a lot of the times, children are like results of projections of their parents.
Mm-hmm.
Like what their
100%.
parents are projecting on them. You know what I mean? A lot of people aren't their own person. I heard this story. Sorry, I'm talking a lot, but
No, go
I
ahead.
heard this story about someone. She did her doctorates. She got her PhD and everything. She got her certificate. Came home, handed it to her parents and said, "Here you go." Dipped and then did her own thing.
Nice.
Dipped and then did her own thing.
Yeah.
And that just shows you, like, put so much pressure on your kids and they don't even want this for themselves. But they feel like they owe you so much.
That's it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That they're like, cool, I'm gonna do it for you anyways. And some people dedicate their whole life to that, and they go through depression. They're suicidal. Their anxiety is through the roof.
Yeah.
They don't know how to be social in social environments. Do you know what I mean? And that story really stayed with me. Like, I get it that you want me to be this, that, and the other, but I can't do that to myself.
Yeah.
And that story of that girl that did that, literally just handed the certificate to her parents and then went and then did her own thing after. I was like, wow, she's strong.
It's what
That's crazy,
yeah,
isn't it?
it's how she's gone about her life, really. So a little, we'll veer off into a slightly more fun topic because I was quite,
Bro, straight off the bat.
I was quite intense.
We actually want to do that.
Mad.
I was sitting here like,
Nah, I
Jesus
like it,
Christ,
though.
this is, everyone's just talking about their trauma and.
Nah, yeah, bro. In this topic, come on. There's
Yeah,
a
to
lot.
be fair-
there's a lot to talk
To
about.
be fair, this might be traumatic a bit. Like, so I want to ask, what's your worst? Because we went to the same school, so let's be very fair. What was your worst like parents' evening?
Oh, every
Oh, what's
parent's
parents'
evening.
evening?
Every
Oh.
fucking parent's
Oh,
evening, man.
Jesus
I
Christ!
can't lie. I didn't have, my parents aren't really that embarrassing, you know.
Not embarrassed. So you never got patterned
Like,
after,
I'd never, afterwards,
or like teachers baiting you out.
Bruv,
teachers definitely
shout out all
baited
the
me
cool
out, man.
teachers, man. The man that bust case for
Bruv,
me.
bro.
Hey, I remember
You see-
Mr. Moore. Shout out Mr. Moore. Every year, I'll be like,
mm.
"Oh my days, I'm gonna die from this guy." Like, because I'll be fucking around in his class, man. Geography was the one, fam. You went in FE, were you? No, you were
I was in
FS.
FE later on.
Oh my
I was in
days.
FS with my guy. You
Come on,
understand?
Jay. You already know.
Were you in FE? You were in FE. At
Yeah,
one
for
point.
like year 10 and year 11.
Okay, but oh my days, them. Tell me that one the fuckeries, man.
Bro.
Geography was a fucking
Do you know who Mr. Mutumba was? Mutumba?
science.
Science. That guy was if he's still there, oh my
He left
days.
time ago.
Did he?
left time ago.
Bro,
When
I
we
can't
were
lie.
student, yeah.
I don't blame him though. He was bullied. He was getting
Fuck
bullied in
off.
that class, man.
Oh no, I feel bad for you. You know our form tutor in
What, Miss Latford?
No, Mr. Lawrenson. Remember?
Oh my god.
Oh,
What,
we
the
did-
black guy.
Yeah.
He got
Listen, we fucked him up. I swear. I thought
Your
this guy. this
FS was like what? Like
F-
oh, you man were trouble.
To
We
explain.
got so trouble.
Bro, we finished everyone.
to explain, yeah. So academically, we're actually all very sound because
100%.
our school had like a grammar school, inbuilt grammar school system, and we were basically part of like, let's say, the top 30% of students in the school. But for FS, FE, FH, FT,
FS,
those are all calm.
man,
FS was
trouble.
Nah, FE was dumb as well. You kept getting
yeah,
trouble.
Yeah, 100%.
it was.
I think from FH, you got FH and that were good.
Bro,
FH and
we got
FT.
thing to quit, didn't we? What's his name? I forgot his name. Remember, you got a guy to quit.
Alright.
Who?
Or did we get
Your
him fired?
class
I can't
was
remember.
bad.
English teacher.
I don't remember.
your class was
I
actually
can't remember the name.
Because I remember Sierra was like, oh, I'm gonna go toilet. Sierra was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
That was
toilet.
funniest,
And then
funniest.
Sarah
I was
went,
in her corner.
and then Sarah, and then what was Sarah?
Nah,
like?
but he was like,
Sarah was
nah,
like, if
can't
you go
do that.
toilet, then I'll. Sarah's like, you do what? And I remember I froze.
Bro, realest G Sarah, bro. Realest G. Bro. Come on, man.
Shout out.
Come on, G. That's my guy.
But-
Oh yeah, sorry, Parents' Day.
Yeah, but in regards to like parents' evening, for me,
Parents' Evening.
more time. Okay, shout out to Mr. Hansen. I think I got very, very lucky in year 9 when he had a parents' evening with my mum, and he was like, yeah, Daniel is actually he's actually a crackhead, but he's actually quite intelligent. Just leave him by himself. Teachers are just being maybe a bit excessive in how they try and make him pattern to the rules. And my mum backed me on quite a few occasions, whenever we had meetings, especially some English teachers who tried to pattern me on like Miss Evans. But primary school is actually my worst parents' evening, and this is actually so messed up. So, to be fair though, this is when I'm very, very young, and like, so we have, it's a parents' evening in I think year 3, and for the last couple of weeks we've made paper mache faces. Oh, like, do you ever do that where you make them on balloons and stuff?
Yeah,
and make your face?
But I was never interested though. I hate that.
Oh, listen, my face was terrible. I absolutely hated it, and I was like very insecure about my art at the time. I'm very bad with my hands. Within the art context, I'm very bad with my hands. So,
What other
What's he trying to say, bro?
I'm just saying within art context.
Okay.
Art context,
Okay.
I'm very bad with my hands.
I'll leave it there.
There's nowhere else for it to go. If you take your mind anywhere else, you've got a problem. But
Continue.
yeah. So I remember my face was done and it was horrible. And I remember I scrunched it up and I threw it in the bin.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, I don't know what drugs my year 3 teacher was taking, but she took it out of the bin and was like, "No, Daniel, you're not allowed to throw it away." Clearly, I'm distraught about the face.
Yeah.
But what she does, she then like puts it on the wall with everyone else's like perfect faces.
You just thought they were perfect, though.
No. As in, mine was mashed. If you saw it, my dad's probably still got the picture. When I say it was mashed up, it was wide, flattened with like crumbles inside, and it kind of hung on the wall.
Hey, this guy was joked from primary school.
Hey, no.
It was kind of like hung on the wall as like a thing of shame, like straight.
She violated though. She
like,
took the piss.
I looked at it and I was like, this is
She should
awful.
know better.
So parents' evening comes now, yeah, and unfortunately, it's my dad coming to parents' evening, not my mum. So
mum would back you, innit?
my mum, I don't know if she would have backed me, but it would have been slightly less hurtful.
Oh,
It
shit.
would have been slightly less traumatic. But what ends up happening is that my dad comes, he sees it. He sees all these other nice faces, and the teacher goes, "Yeah, this is Daniel's," and points at it as well. Like, yeah, you see that right? You see that shit right there? You see that thing? I don't even know what it is, but that thing on the wall, right? That's your son's.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember my dad looked at me with like absolute disgust on that day.
On some art.
Yeah, on some art thing. I'm gonna tell you the effect it's had on me in the future. So I remember he took a picture, of it compared to everyone else's, and he was like, "Yeah, this is." And he showed my mum, and he was like, "Look, this is what your son's produced at school." And I remember I actually got patterned that day for that as well. Like, I legit got patterned for it, for a piece of art, because it was like, "Oh, you've done that."
Nah,
But then, so now, do you know?
And you even tried to get rid of it.
Yeah, I tried to get, but obviously, that's in my opinion, it's on the teacher, not on anyone else. Because obviously, my parents shouted at me because they're like, "Why would you throw it in the bin?" And I was like, "Well, because it was bad." But obviously, they couldn't. I don't feel like they could process it at that point in time.
Yeah.
So, what ended up happening, I'm actually going to try and tie this back to the topic, is that a trauma that followed me from then on was that from that point on, I did remember in secondary school I was quite a artsy person, but not in the written form, mainly through drama, drama,
Definitely.
maybe even like through public speaking, all that kind of stuff.
Definitely.
I did not invite my parents to a single one of my performances, whether it was in year 6, the leaving assembly, whether it was year 7, year 8, year 9, year 10, year 11. Year 11 comes with a drum performance, and I remember I put heart, blood, sweat, and tears into that performance.
Bro, them drama times,
Yeah.
bro,
You man are so serious.
230.
They were. It was
Everyone was 30 on the drama thing.
100.
Everyone was 30, bro.
100%.
Fam, on that last performance, I cried. Marvels, I cried.
Thank you.
I cried tears. I was in the audience. I cried tears that day.
I cried tears, but for different reasons. Let's get into that.
All right.
So obviously, I invite my mom to the performance because I remember in my head, what's happening is that I'm like, okay, I'm not going to show my parents anything. This is perfect. Because what happened to me as a kid, I was like, it can't be anything short of perfection for what I produce. So I invite my mom to the performance for the first time in years. And unfortunately, someone forgets their lines. And the performance kind of like crumbles in this like public performance. Now, obviously, we finish the play, we finish strong, everything goes well. But as soon as we say cut, bruv, I break down into tears. I run into the like change room, I just break down. And I remember like just shouting, I was like, the first thing I'm inviting my mum to, it was bad. It wasn't good. And then I think it was only until maybe last week that I looked back and I was like, really and truly, that's just trauma from me as a child. I was like, because the first time I showed my parents something, I got patterned for it. So in my head, I was like, it can't be anything short of perfection.
Yeah.
I performed for the first time in years and I break down because it fails. But my mum was like, oh yeah, I really enjoyed it. But that just didn't process for me.
Facts.
It just didn't process. So I'm being so honest. Like when it comes to like parents setting high standards for their kids, when you fall short of that, the kind of effect it has on you
It's tough.
is ridiculous. And that
It's
even
tough.
comes into like comparisons as well.
Wouldn't you think, like once you've experienced that fall, as in like that that just short of meeting their expectation, it could either make you either or break you. Do you know what I'm trying to say? As in, like, it could be like, okay, from now on, that's it. I'm never ever gonna like not meet perfection. Do you know? Obviously, and that was out of your control, though. As in the whole thing of someone else forgetting their lines and whatnot, which you should have. I mean, if you talked to anyone, they would have told you like, what you did, your performance was like 10 out of 10. Do you know what I mean?
I only lost 2 marks in that performance, by the way. Just
There
saying.
you go.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Hey,
But that's the thing, like,
click for that.
with parents, man, amen. With parents, man, it's tough because you know that they want the best for you.
Yeah.
You know, it's just the approach. Like, you as a parent, you need, and it's something that we need to improve with our children as
100%. I've always felt
Like,
this.
well. I just burped on fucking,
You are
fucking mic,
disgusting.
bruv.
I didn't hear it though.
But yeah, parents, man. Parents need to be invested in every aspect of their children. Not just the person that they want them to be tomorrow, but the actual interests of the child.
Mm.
Yeah.
With me, I've been in performing arts or athletics or some sport my whole life.
Yeah.
My whole life.
And you're always good as well now.
Fam, primary school, my mum and my sister only came to one of my dances. I was happy about that because I was always telling them about it. They knew that I was doing dance in primary school, etc., going to competitions and shit. Cool. Secondary school now, I'm in athletics. I'm in basketball. I'm in all types of sports. Not a single day that they'd come through.
Jesus.
Not a single day. I'm always talking about it. They know that I'm always leaving school. You know them times where they, like the basketball guys,
you
they
man used
take
to
us
train.
out of lesson
Yeah.
to go to a
Matches,
contest, to go
yeah.
to a match. Fam, my parents know that I'm in the sport thing. Not a single event. Not one.
Mm.
It's kind of like, cool. You want me to be this, that, and another, but are you actually invested in me? And I think, like, in the long run, it kind of had effects on my academics.
Mm.
Because I didn't care about academics at all. But I just knew because of what my parents expected from me, I just couldn't fail.
Mm.
Through school, I've coasted through all of my academics. I coasted through GCSEs. I made sure I just passed everything. I didn't get bad grades,
Yeah.
but I just made sure that they were of standard.
Everything was.
Do you know what I mean?
Whatever.
Sixth form, fam, I didn't give a damn about sixth form.
If you knew the
This one-
grades,
I
if you
chose-
knew the grades, this guy firmed.
Bro.
Yeah.
You got
I-
sick grades, I
got
said.
Bro,
sick
I got B's across the board.
Oh my
B's
God.
across the board. But that's just because I was like, I can't fail, but let me just make sure that I do what it takes to get the middle grade.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I done that, right? But in sixth form, I didn't challenge myself. I took the easiest lessons possible.
He's not giving himself enough credit. He did history A level.
I did history A level.
He's not giving
I
himself
did
enough
history
credit.
A level, but that's just because I knew that I was good at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you liked it. That was-
Exactly. In GCSE, I got A's because of history.
Mm.
But sixth form, I took it because I knew, okay, cool, you're already good at it. Might as well just do it.
Yeah.
But the rest of my lessons, I took music, fair enough, and photography, bruv. Photography,
I wish I took photography.
I coasted through that thing. That was the easiest lesson. That was my chill lesson. When I went to photography, I was
vibing.
chilled. I was just vibing. Do you know what I mean? B's across the board. Just because I was like, I need to get good grades.
Mhm.
Not great grades, but I just need to make sure that I pass everything. Nobody can complain. That's the mindset that I had because my parents weren't paying attention to who I actually was.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it definitely had effect in later parts of my life with American football, especially. Like, I was getting calls from America to go to America to play football.
Yeah.
Flights, patterned, paid for.
Mm-hmm. Goddamn.
But my parents got in my mind and convinced me that it might not be the best path, this, that, and the other. But
How
you
would
know,
you know if you
do
haven't?
you know the
tried
path
that
for me though? Of course you wouldn't know because you've never been to any of my sporting events.
Yeah.
You don't know
Yeah.
how much of an athlete I am. So that just shows you that they put a lot of doubt in my mind
Yeah.
Mm.
from when I was a kid. A lot of doubt in my mind growing up. Can I actually do this? Should I actually do this?
Yeah.
You know what? I want to please my parents. Forget it. I'll stay, do this stuff, do that, do the other. Neglecting what I'm actually great at. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's taken me so long to leave that mindset behind.
Mm.
And it's a while where it's a thing where I've had to, as an adult, I've had to sit with my parents and say, it's time for you guys to really understand who I am. You know what I mean? I've had to do that. And then it's a thing where now it's cool. It's cool. They know that with my mindset, I am gonna be successful. Probably not in the way that they want, but they understand that I'm a pattern guy. You know what I mean? But it would have saved so much if parents stop basing their ideals on just, you need to make sure that you're secure. You need to make sure that you go for these things because these things, we know that they bring money in.
Yeah.
When you take time to understand your kid is going to be great. So if you support your child, trust me, they're going to be great. All it takes is support.
Fair. I think one thing I want to quickly just draw to is that, so your parents kind of held a monopoly on your visions of success in a way, in some way, shape or form. Yeah, it was a case where this is what success is. And a lot of the time, we can kind of characterize that as authoritarian parenting. It's basically a manner of dictating like what a kid's life ought to be like, what he ought to do, and basically even patterning them at some points when they feel when you feel as though they're straying away. Yeah. But one question I think I'd like to ask is, or just actually even answer myself, is like looking at it and the way maybe the pressure they put on you to achieve. I think some people will say, to achieve the blessings that God had given you from the jump, that your parents might believe you have, all that kind of stuff. Do you feel as though that was beneficial? Do you feel like you gained a lot from that, like that authoritarian style of parenting, and that excess pressure for success?
I think more so for my morals and for my drive, but not in the sense of where like probably not in the way, probably not in the methods that they use, probably not through the methods that they use, but it's just taking me as a person to understand the effort behind it, or understand the meaning of, or the reason why they're doing the things that they do, or like the way that they try and take control and that have just that authoritarian presence in my life, because as I said before, they don't handle things in the best way, which is okay, but it just took me as a child to understand that myself, understand the reason behind what they do.
I think with my parents also being of a authoritarian kind of background, it kind of change my view, where when I was younger, I used to love like reading, learning, all of that shit used to excite me, right? But through the process of having to be forced to do it, I've fallen out of love of learning, of wanting to be this like competitive person with my friends in school, because they never really had that kind of like, when you go home, you're gonna have to sit there and just be like, someone's gonna come watch me like do my work, and that. It's just that kind of pressure was a drag. And so like as time goes on, like let's say when I got to after year 11, we had those, remember, if you wanted to take maths, you had to do one more exam, just as an entry exam, right?
Did you?
Yeah, if you wanted to do A-level maths, you had to do like a entry exam.
Oh, okay.
And I remember I failed at that. And I just I was like, that was the first time where I felt like shit, my life's over. Like, what do I do now?
God damn.
From
But you will feel like that though, because of the pressures that you're getting at home.
And it builds, and they don't even notice that these things, they think that you like as a kid, you don't face adversity in terms of mental health or anything like that. Like that shit is so important to understand that if you're not careful, you will push your kid to a path that you do not want them to go about.
But that's the thing though. A lot of people trade themselves and who they are just to please the parents and their family around them. I know we all know so many smart people, so many clever people, but the things that they get up to and the drugs that people take and abuse, not even just take, abuse.
Narcotics.
They're clever people, but the way that they damage themselves,
as like a coping mechanism.
I cannot relate.
Yeah.
And mate,
somehow to escape reality.
Exactly. Right? They weren't born like that. That comes from somewhere. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, like I'm not saying, if you're clever, if you're smart, you're gonna be some messed up person. No.
Yeah.
And obviously, it doesn't all stem from the parents.
Exactly.
Other factors.
But a lot of it is like that. And I wanted to speak about how we think other cultures
Yeah,
face these things as well.
I was gonna touch on that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, how do we think other cultures face these things? Like we know a lot of clever Asians.
That's what.
Yeah,
We know a lot of clever
it's
Asians.
the same.
How do you feel like the Asian community like
It's
faces?
I unfortunately am not Asian, so I can't.
Yeah,
really
yeah, you
speak-
can't really
I mean,
delve
we
too
can't- we
deep,
can't
can we?
really-
But we've
But-
talked to them, like
Yeah,
they
no,
will
of course,
tell
of
you.
Talk
course.
to them, we've seen them. Exactly.
We
We
know-
know
Deaf.
these people.
We
Oh,
know,
no.
we know enough people that have been patterned when they get like a C in something or they're struggling with something else, and we
Right.
know enough people that their parents kind of push them away from maybe like such in like MJ's case where maybe you had sport as a big thing in your life, and your parents kind of rear you away from that. But really and truly, at a base level, there's kind of things actually. Honestly, if you actually had a hobby, yeah, and you managed to balance with your hobby and your, let's say, career or your academics, more time you actually get much better at time management. It's a skill you pick up.
Exactly.
But within a lot of other cultures, it ends up being the case that authoritarian parenting is usually, I think this is actually something we realize is that all of us are from different parts of the world. Well, okay, well, from me and Amani are from the same continent, but East Africa, West Africa, East Africa,
Yeah.
and then from the West Indies. And then the one thing that's really similar for all of us is actually authoritarian parenting. But the
For
base
sure.
for that is Christianity. So because our
Yeah,
religions are
right,
the same,
Yeah.
parents kind of have this abstract view of like children in and of themselves.
Mhm.
And obviously viewing a child as a blessing, you kind of like, you don't dehumanize them, but you kind of have a will for them, you know, because
Yeah,
I
that's
think
it.
within the Christian religion, kind of like self-driven will is like the base for sin. You know, Adam and Eve ate the apple, that was their own thing.
No.
I'm
That's
wrong.
a big no.
I'm I.
No.
Oh, I'm talking- yeah.
Self-driven
Okay.
will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they say self-driven will was basically like the thing
Yeah,
that will
that's a
lead to
big
you,
no.
as opposed to living through the will of God. You know, it's those kind of things that will
And
lead
as you
to
say that, bro, I want to quote, like, my mom said, like, I think there's a quote in the Bible where, like, competition isn't good.
yeah.
Like, too much competition between human beings isn't good.
Mm.
And I think she used that as one of her reasons for me not to go to America and play sports.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, my family's so religious, it just feels like if I go and pursue my dreams and the things that I want to do,
Yeah.
I'm just living a life full of sin.
Mm.
That's how I felt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
That's exactly how I felt. And you're right by stating that.
Yeah.
So right.
No, thank you. I do my research. You know what I mean?
No, you did well still. You're doing your thing.
But I think one thing I like to touch on really in regards to like different, not even different cultures, just different styles of parenting. Because within my life, academically, I've never had that kind of pressure to achieve. My parents, I think they didn't really, my mum, at an early age, my mum didn't really perceive me to be an academic. So all I got patterned for art, that was pretty much it. And what I'm actually good in academically isn't the stuff I was getting lesson help for. I'm really good at history and, you know, the social sciences. That's not stuff I had help for. And I think one thing I've realized is that, to me, the drawbacks of authoritarian parenting and the kind of damage it can do to a person really outweigh the pros. Although you've been given drive, you've been given this, you've been given that, maybe even a better work ethic than some other individuals.
Yeah.
I can say for a fact, someone that has more of a permissive, so like where it's kind of like hands-free, you let the child pursue their desires, will be in the same spots I'm in.
Yeah.
When I go to university, there are people that have lived a much freer life than I have and were at the same university, applying to the same grad schemes, working at the
100%.
same place.
100%.
So I think, but to be fair, to be very, very fair, I think, shout out to Muken. I'm not going to say your name properly.
Shout out to Muken.
You know who
My
Muken is.
guy. I don't know
Muken and
him,
that.
but
I'm not going to say
big
that.
up to him.
Okay.
Big up to him.
Yeah, you know Muken. Shout out to Muken. She made a very good point. She was like,
Oh, her.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. but shout out to you still.
Muken was basically saying how maybe that authoritarian style of
Oh man.
maybe that authoritarian style
Fumbled.
of maybe that authoritarian style of parenting was effective in that we all lived in like oppressive, you know what I mean, institutional racism that we experienced and all other kinds of stuff like that. We kind of needed maybe that kind of parenting, that kind of focus to ensure that we pursued goals within our remit. It would have been far too easy for us to look at the world and be like, yeah, it's just bad. It's all just crap. You know, we're not going to achieve nothing.
That's a very
Heck,
pessimistic
maybe your
view.
dad is right. Maybe we could have been street hooligans on the street repping, gang
Yeah.
banging,
different life.
streets repping, all that kind of stuff.
But
So-
it's so funny because I literally stayed away from those type of people.
No, you're right. But then the thing is, I say that, but at the same time, I've watched enough people on results day at different sixth forms. Yeah, you should see the kind of heartbreak and like just
Bro.
disaster that is in people's eyes. When
A levels results day. Oh my God.
Thank God I wasn't that.
I've never seen, have you got spray? I've never seen so many people crumble in my whole life. You see me that didn't really care about academics. I was one of the most calm people on results day, and I'm seeing people crumble, cry. I saw I saw people almost break their hand on walls, concrete walls, on results day because they didn't get the grades that they wanted. And personally, I could never relate. Even if I got U's,
that's it. You got U's.
I'd probably be like, oh damn. I'd probably be upset, but I definitely would not be as broken as so many people were.
Yeah,
that day was crazy. Though.
And it's that thing that I kind of spoke about before about me kind of having a breakdown after my drum performance. It's that feeling of just like that one goal that you've been set to go to university, be a doctor, be a lawyer, be an engineer, is just breaks down. And it's and obviously it's achievable through longer term things, but that kind of first hit of failure is just so much damage that to me, I kind of can't be a I kind of can't be a promoter of like authoritarian. Maybe authoritative, where there's like you seem to have had communication with your parents. So actually, no, maybe not. I had communication with my parents in regards to like my dreams and ambitions and what I view to be success at a young age. Yeah. And that helped me out quite a bit because although I was like, I want to be a forensic scientist, my mom was like, the job market for that ain't that lucrative. I'm not gonna lie to you, so you should shift towards something else. You know, that communication was there and it was really, really helpful. But that's good. I wish I had, but to be fair, when I was younger, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was just like, I'm hearing it. You know, and I feel a lot of people probably relate to that.
A lot of kids don't.
Yeah.
A lot of kids don't.
I mean, how could you know what you want to do? A lot of life is already confusing as it is.
But then you just pursue happiness. In some way, shape, or form, you just pursue. There's a reason that certain people like look at me.
But are we not all pursuing happiness?
You're pursuing happiness, but as a future goal, and by that, you're sacrificing your happiness now, and that's what I'm gonna get into in a moment. And that's straight facts.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it's not straight facts, but I perceive that to be facts. Yeah,
I think that's facts.
But let's draw the thing into the modern day, baby. Obviously, we're all fully grown, all on the gram, we're all on the Twitter. I understand. How do you feel like the online environment today is? I'll tell you my theory. Yeah. I feel like authoritarian parenting is extremely harsh, yeah? And what it ends up doing is that it kind of removes will from a person at a young age, yeah? And the ability to kind of pick or choose what your own vision of success is. And because of that, I find a lot of us latching onto social media forms of success.
Big time.
Or the form of success that has achieved the highest level of validation. What's got the most likes?
Big time.
Who's got the most followers? Yeah? So I want to ask you guys, how do you feel social media has usurped? That's a big word for some of you, man. Big word.
Go and break that word down.
Break that word down.
Okay, let me give an example. So to usurp, it's kind of like, okay, if you had like a king, yeah, and if you had like one nation, and a king from another nation came, invaded, and took that king's place.
Okay,
that's a
usurpation.
That's a usurpation. He's been usurped of his position.
There we go. There we go. Right. So how do you feel?
So basically, you just came and take that position of someone else.
All right.
How do you feel in any way, shape, or form that social media has usurped your initial view of success?
You're serious.
I came prepped today, man. I came. Listen. This
that was a sick question. That made me think.
Yo, cheeky fellas pod. Come on, bro.
We're going serious today. Fam.
Yeah, man.
I think to an extent it has. To the point where you realize how much is affected, how much social media has affected you, and you've taken a sit down and you've just thought about that, and you're like, raw, like, am I doing this for myself or am I doing this for other people's validation or to get these likes, to get more followers? I personally don't really care too much about it, but I do believe it has an effect. It does have an effect. You see trends like fashion, music, whatever, cars.
100%, you see it in fashion for sure. 100%. I'd say like just in terms of consumerism, marketing, etc.
Yeah.
The first example that comes to my head is those trainers, those Adidas trainers. What are they called again?
What, Yeezys?
They were in style at one point. Everyone had them.
Oh, Fluxes,
bro.
Oh, I hate them, man.
ZX Fluxes,
bro.
I'm
the ugliest shoes,
fam. But the thing is, everyone had them.
I refused to get them.
Did you?
Yes,
fam. I even had diamond ones. My one had diamond print. That's how much I was on it.
I said this. I remember one time in sixth form, I was going on a date, and I said in my head, if she's wearing Fluxes and blue jeans, that's it. no way I'm seeing
I
this.
bet you she was.
Exactly the exact outfit. I refused. I locked it off after that.
Yo!
Hey, my
I'm
mom's
so
calling me. I
sorry.
gotta go home still. I got
I had
responsibilities.
to make an excuse, bro. I was thinking to call you. I was gonna be like, "Hey, yo, man, get me out of here, man." Oh,
Yes,
shit.
yes.
Fam, it's for real though. Like ZX Fluxes were the thing. Everyone had them until they just weren't. Like today, if you see someone with ZX Fluxes, you will feel disgusted. like it's an innate reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
to
dude.
feel disgusted. Like, bro, why are you still wearing? Are you
Bro.
Are you stupid? Like, why are you still wearing ZX Fluxes? But the thing is, there's nothing wrong with the trainers.
Bro, same with Hirachis though. Apparently Hirachis are like
Harachis
Literally.
are some of the best made shoes of the
Best,
last 10
they're
years.
so comfortable.
Quality as well. They
So
last
comfortable.
so
people.
long.
Some people think nah, they're out of fashion. Like,
It's
nah.
not about
Exactly.
but it's not about fashion. The quality, the amount of things you can do with Harachis,
Alright.
That's the
is
thing.
stupid.
It's not about performance. It's not about
No one gives a
quality.
shit.
It's about trends, bro.
Yes, there
It's
we go.
about what's popping right now. And if I can't lie, if one of you lots pulled up with Harachis, I would question it still.
I'll tell you to leave.
I wouldn't be onto you.
No,
but
I'll
I'd be
be
like,
onto you.
come on, G, this is so like
I got-
2014. Do you know what I mean?
But at the same time, it's like, why do we care so much?
Exactly. Social media.
Mm.
The more expensive your pocket, the more expensive your expenditure, the more successful you seem
That's
to be.
it. Yep.
People will break the bank for them essential hoodies,
Yeah.
essential tracksuits.
Shout out, bruv, Klarna and that
Bro.
monthly payments. And
Niggas don't know. Hey, don't put them on, bro.
hey, bro,
Don't
that's
put them
like,
on,
bro, I
you
ain't
know
even
what I mean? Fam, people will break the bank just to look successful.
Yeah.
Look like they have it.
Mhm.
Like influencers, half of these people
You would never find an influencer without like Balenciagas.
without
Them-
something trendy.
There we go.
Without
Birkins.
something trendy. Literally, probably head to toe, they're probably wearing something trendy from head to toe. And it's kind of like, this is how it's, and the thing is, they probably are successful because of it, is because of the mass audience, the mass demographic that they have
Yeah.
of people who are interested in those things. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then
So you
get-
can't blame them for that, though.
Exactly.
Yeah. If
Then
that's
you
how
get-
they get the bread, then
then you get other people who want to be like that, aspire to
there
be
we
that.
go.
Yeah.
Oh. That's who
It can
breaks
happen.
That's who break the bank. Trying
Right.
to be like those people that they
Right,
see.
exactly. And
Maybe not the influencers themselves.
And that's when you have people coming out of their pocket, coming out of themselves to be something that they're not.
So you're really pressing on like breaking the bank to look the part to be successful.
Half the time, that's really what it is, though.
No, but I've heard stories of uni man
I'm not-
them
I'm
that
not
have-
disagreeing.
that have gone broke. Literally, they spent the whole student loan getting North Face and all of that.
That's some foolish behavior.
You know what I'm
Silly
saying?
Don't do
And
that
then
to yourself.
Silly behavior.
My
But-
younger cousin, I know you're listening. Don't do that. Don't do that.
the
Don't,
first
please.
time I got my student loan, the first thing I went and did is went go shopping.
Jesus Christ.
Actually, the
Oh,
first
I
thing
didn't
I
know.
did.
Fam, for a lot of people, they've never seen that amount of money in their bank before.
But okay, so do you feel okay? So I think there's two angles to this that I really want to press on. That you've really pressed on and you've really pressed on. So you've got one side where you've got kind of like the need to feel validation for the success that you have. So like maybe the need to like seem successful, and I think that kind of stems from. So I think people that are going to be more susceptible to this. Actually, I say more susceptible. I feel like people that are most going to like fall into this. Maybe some people that are from authoritarian households.
Yeah.
Where it's like you kind of need that validation to be. You know what I mean? Your parents will give you validation. Oh, you did well. You're a doctor now. You're this. You're that.
For sure.
Social media kind of gives you the same thing. Those likes, those things. But also, you guys have kind of touched on like an acceleration. Maybe like a pressing to be successful a lot earlier. Am I right in picking that up?
Yes,
or?
100%.
Oh, very true.
People feel like, I get that a lot, 100%. Like, people rush a lot of things. A lot of, I wouldn't say get rich quick schemes, but it's kind of like get rich quick routes, almost something like that.
Yeah.
Like, people
The
really want to,
traders.
bro, people really want to just get rich quick, but
No, but you can actually make bread from
you
trading.
can
Yeah.
make so much bread. But
Yeah.
it's like, how much do you sacrifice though?
100.
Like, what are the chances? What's like the success ratio for that?
I mean,
know what I
that's
mean?
for you to find out. You
For
have to
sure,
get good. And
For
then-
sure. But a lot of people are disillusioned and do it the wrong way.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? And
They
that's
don't know
just
enough.
because of that crazy attention to those sources, and a lot of people are failing at it, losing a lot. And of course, there are people that will be successful. But definitely, there's a lot of things that I feel like people go through, and it's like something that they're doing because they feel like they can get to a certain point quicker than most,
Yeah.
or it's like, yeah, kind of
And
like that.
influencers nowadays are just getting younger and younger, bro. Everyone's probably always
Exactly.
18.
Exactly.
That's
And
like
it's
the
like the
minimum
older you
age.
get, if you're not where you're at, if you're not where you
Want
should
this-
be,
Yeah.
you're not. It's
Quote,
kind of like
unquote.
you're not gonna get there.
You're not
Like you've
successful.
already failed.
Yeah,
you know.
you've missed your point. You've missed the.
Yeah.
I
Like
feel
you're
like
washed
yeah,
now.
we feel too much. We feel old, too young.
Too young.
Yeah.
100%. I like that. And I think a lot of pressure does go into older people as well. Like it's almost like if you're 25, 26, and you
Well-
haven't got bags on bags on bags,
Yeah.
then you're not doing well. And
Fam,
you-
that's so insane to me, fam.
that's so crazy,
insane.
isn't it? That's so crazy.
It is quite mad.
You know what I mean? What would you say to that though, Daniel?
I forgot what my black cat question was.
It's kind of like
the raise hit
So
his
no.
neck,
So that's
bro.
like the pressure to be successful in an early
yeah,
age.
get rich quick, like
Yeah.
following trends, etc.
Do you know what it is? In my personal life, it's not something that I feel. You guys know me. You guys have seen how I dress.
This guy
But-
doesn't care. He
But
actually don't care.
honestly, university, I'd bop to the same tracksuit to every freaking lecture. I'd be like, yeah, I washed it the other day from. I've got a washing machine and a dryer in my house. Don't worry
Yeah.
about me. But it's like, I feel like a lot more people are susceptible to it than before. I was touching on it before. Like, if you don't have your own definition of success, and we put you in the world of social media, or I don't know, I said if you put you online at all, you're gonna look around you and see multiple people doing way better than you at an early age.
And
Maybe
how is
even
that going
younger
to
than you.
affect you though?
It's gonna affect you in a bad way because
Exactly.
you're gonna feel
A
pressure.
bad way, or would you feel motivated to go do
It
it?
depends,
It's both
though.
ways.
Go
It's
get it.
both ways.
Because sometimes,
Shout out to Lizard.
Oh my god.
but sometimes it's like when you see those things, you can either be motivated or you can get depressed because it's like when you see those things, you kind of look at your environment. Where am I?
Yeah.
Sometimes you see these people on holidays doing their thing, spending
Does that
money.
really affect you guys? Let's be honest. Does it actually? affect you?
Personally, it doesn't affect me, but it kind of motivates me not to get what they have, but to get my own.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm motivated in that sense to get my own.
Well, because
Yeah.
there's enough
Right?
cake for everyone, kind of thing.
But there are people that are very depressed because they see their situation, they don't see the way out,
Yeah.
and they just see everyone around them doing great.
I feel like this especially affects girls. Maybe not in the sense of like money wise or like I want to get this, but they'll see other models and see that man them are liking them kind of girls, but they can't be like that. But that's a different topic in itself. But
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That is a good point though. But personally, I want to get onto it quickly though, because we need to wrap up soon. Yeah, it's kind of like I want to ask you guys though. What is your perspective? Perspective.
perspective.
What is your perspective of success though? What is your perspective?
Mm.
Because it can go from financial, family, like, and just places where you are in your life. The moment that you are in your life, where do you see yourself being? Sometimes, if you see yourself being in a certain place in life, that could be your vision of success. Having a certain amount of money in your bank account, that could be success. Having 4 or 5 kids, that could be
Yep,
somebody's vision of success. I want to hear what your guys' vision of success is.
I'll be so straight. I don't. It's not. I say this in like almost every episode. Actually, beside the bro code episode, I believe in that. So don't come for me.
100%.
But love languages, success. I think I stopped. I think when I sat down and really thought about this topic, I legit think I've abandoned the concept of success.
Is it?
In that I don't gain anything from chasing success in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
In that I'm at a point where I'm like, well, I just want to be happy. If I conceptualize success, if I'm like, okay, I see me having this role as a I'd like to be a project manager for a charity in the future. I'd like to have a PhD at age 40. But that isn't my vision of success. It's just like things that I'd like to do. Maybe some people may say that's my vision of success, but really and truly, one thing I feel like if you conceptualize success in any way, I need to stop saying in any way, shape, or form. If I conceptualize the ways in which I think, I feel like I'll kind of feel like, oh, the means will justify the ends, and by that I mean I'll be willing to kind of sacrifice my happiness at one point in time to be happy at another. But really and truly, that I could die tomorrow, and I at any point don't want to be unhappy with like the situation I'm in. You know what I mean? I'm happy in the job I'm in now because it's a job I chose to do. But I think some people, when they think about this vision, whether it be wealth or be a job position, they'll be sitting in what they're in and thinking, yo, this is dead. I hate my life.
Yeah.
You'll be thinking, I'll do this.
Worst.
But really and truly, you're just unhappy. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I feel like and once again, you could die tomorrow. There's no point pursuing something, I think, distant in the future, even 5 years in the future, because you could die in a car crash. Actually, not in a car crash. Actually, if MJ's driving, probably in a car crash.
Bro,
God forbid, though.
trust me.
forbid.
If I'm driving and you're in my car, you're safe.
Hey,
It's when
lay off
trust
the reins,
me,
bro.
you're safe. If I'm driving alone, I'm bare suicidal on these roads. Trust me. It's when I'm driving alone that you might not see me again.
Yeah.
But trust me, if you're in my car, you're fine. I'm telling you. You will probably feel like your life is on the edge, but I got you. Trust me.
Quickly going back to what Falai said, I agree. Word
Your
for
vision
word.
of success, yeah?
Word for word, what he said is like I couldn't agree more.
Fair. I like that.
So with success, I guess successful to me is just by a certain not even by a certain age. I feel like I'm going through life as long as eventually I feel like a family is a goal of mine. Having money is a goal of mine. That's not what I define as success.
Yeah.
I mean, health is wealth to me.
100%. Amen.
Eventually,
Yeah.
I wanna stay until I'm old. Like, do you know what I mean? I want to
Facts.
see that my generations have gone by. Like, that to me is a successful life. Like, at the end of it, I understand myself. I've learned about myself. I've also helped my kids develop as people. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of that to me is success.
Amen. You see, with me, I measure success through a checkpoint system.
Okay.
At each point of my life, I give myself places or things to achieve and things to do. I give myself a lot of short-term goals. But
Hey, girls, you heard this? You hear those subconscious thought.
Did you hear
Short-term girls.
Did you hear that quote as well? Short-term. Oh my
God.
God.
If you're talking to
so
MJ
much
right
trouble.
now, yeah,
I'm
listen.
going to be in so much trouble.
You're a short-term thing. You're not here for long.
Stop.
That's
Here
the
for
culture.
a good time.
Stop.
Not a long time.
Stop. Okay? Short-term goals. I give myself a lot of that for a bigger picture.
Yeah.
A lot of short-term goals. Goals.
Oh my days.
Goals. A lot of short-term goals to get
You
to
about to say
a longer goal.
This guy's
Yeah?
finished.
So that's how I like to live my life.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always feeling like, okay, cool. I'm always feeling motivated to get something done for myself because I know what's next for me. That's how I live it. That's my perspective. That's my perspective of success. So I always feel like I'm doing something that's leading me to success, or I'm even feeling successful right now. You know what I mean? And that keeps me motivated. That keeps my morale high, no matter what's going on, because a lot of stuff happens in your life that you didn't account for, and that's just unfortunate. But when you set short-term goals for me, flipping hell,
We're gonna have to.
wow. When I set a lot of short-term goals for myself, that's when I feel more successful.
But what happens if you don't meet him? Like, what you just?
If I don't meet them, no, I
you
can
don't
never
wanna
not
think like
meet
that.
them.
Yeah.
Because if I don't achieve it this month, that's the goal for next month. Do you know what I mean? And for me, my long-term goal or my long-term success story would be
your vision for yourself.
having my own businesses, not relying on anybody else to put money in my account. Having my own businesses, having several channels of residual income, things I'm getting money for that I'm doing absolutely nothing towards. No effort to it. I'm just getting money just because I've already had this in place.
Yeah.
And it's just a loop system, a cycle, residual income. Many channels of that, my own businesses, and a family. That's my own family, my own children, my own daughters, my own sons. And another aspect of success in terms of family for me, you can tell I thought about this for a long time. Another aspect of success for me in my family is to support my children in what I know that they don't, not what they see as fun, but what they see as I'm good at this. I'm really good at this. You know what I mean? I would like to be there all the time for my kids in their hobbies, in aspects of their life that they're trying to pursue, academics, everything. I want to be there. That's why I want to work for myself, so I can say, okay, cool, today I'm at my children's school.
Yeah.
There's something going on there. I need to be there for them.
Yeah.
That's my perspective of success. You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
Also,
That's
I've got
amazing.
hella
Yeah.
surveys.
I wanted you to go through. I was
You
like,
know what I mean?
because we.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through these surveys now. Yeah. very quickly. Just to round it up, yeah. Cool.
Let's discuss them.
Yeah, we'll discuss them as well. So I asked the public, you guys that are tuning into my personal channel, obviously Rockstar James, RKSDR James on the gram, and our page, the Cheeky Fellas, on Instagram as well. You can catch us on Twitter, YouTube, etc. Okay, so I'll ask you guys a couple questions. First question: Do you believe your views for a successful life are heavily influenced by your parents? 64% said yes, 36% said no.
You should have let us guess, bro.
Oh yeah,
Let us guess. Let us guess.
So okay, cool. So how many? I'd say I'll give you the number. There's 22 people that responded to this.
How good is your maths, man?
How good is your maths?
That's not what the heck, bro.
We need to guess the
You
percentage.
need to get the number. You need to guess a number. The amount of people, right?
So what were the percentages again?
64% and 36. 64% said yes. 36 said no.
64%
of
22 responded.
Okay. I feel like you can do this, man.
I haven't got a pen and paper, so I'm gonna just have to. I teach in the school, so can we just skip?
Okay, cool. All right, 14 said yes.
Okay.
That they believe their views for a successful life are heavily influenced by their parents. Can't blame them.
Yeah.
And 8 said no.
Okay.
8 said no.
Makes a lot of sense.
Calm. Next question. Where do you think you lie though? Where do you think you fall in that?
It used to be yes, but now I don't think so.
100%.
No way. Yeah.
Once again, for me, it's just a no. Unless it's the arts, then yes.
Yeah. For me, also no.
Yeah.
I'm on my own path now for sure. I'll dive straight into the second one then. Depending on where you are in life right now, present day, are you living up to your parents' expectations? Should I give you how many people responded and you figure out how many said yes and no?
Let's guess the percentage.
Okay.
Is it a percentage thing?
Huh?
Is it a percentage thing?
So how many
You
people
can guess the
voted?
percentage.
How many
Is
people
it
voted?
percentage?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
both percentage and numbers,
wait,
but guess the percentage.
Whoever messes up does a shot of rain.
Yeah,
Lad.
whoever
Why the hell am I?
whoever's furthest away. Oh yeah, I don't know why I'm really trying to pull. Whoever's furthest away from it has to pull.
Put your
Has
cup
to.
right there.
I ain't drinking that, bro.
Bro, you
You
have
have
to.
to firm
You
it.
have to. This
Why are
is
you
the forfeit.
pussying out?
This is the forfeit.
Why is he not involved?
He's the one
Because
asking.
I'm
He
asking the
knows
question.
the
That's what I'm
answer.
saying. That's dead. Look at this
He
guy.
used his
No, no,
account.
no,
He used
no,
his
no,
account to answer the question. Do you know what I mean? Okay, but I'm gonna say.
Alright.
So wait, that you're close to your parents' perception of success now.
I'm saying
Depending on where you are in life now, how are you living up to your parents' expectations? Give me the percentage for yes.
First of all, can we just say? Let me just ask. Sorry, how many people actually participated?
On a whole, yeah?
Yeah,
20 people.
20 people.
Give me the percentage for yes.
20%. 20% yes.
Okay.
58.
58. Is this guy smoking, bro?
He's closer.
He's closer.
Yes!
I ain't taking no raise, bro.
Yes, you
No,
are.
you have to.
the
Firm
number.
the
I'll
shot.
bless you.
No.
I'll
Firm
bless
the
you.
shot.
No, I'll
Firm
patent you.
the
Don't
aim.
worry. Don't worry. I'll patent you.
Amani, firm the
Bro, we're
shot.
trying to do a fucking podcast, bro.
What
Oh,
you
I
mean?
got you, Nick. Got you, babe.
Firm it, bro.
Back.
No,
Don't.
Put that
bro.
down.
Are you dumb?
You try to grab a
Back
mixer.
that.
Let's
Bow.
go.
Straight up.
Let's
Okay,
go.
so 45% said yes,
Sweet.
and 55% said no.
Let's go.
Get that right, babe. Ooh,
different breed,
he
bro.
I can't even
smoked
breathe
your-
right now, bro.
I'm a
What the
different
fuck?
breed.
You
I'm a
smoked
different
your hair,
breed.
man. You smoked your hair. Oh, I love this. This is
Oh.
this is amazing.
Disgusting.
What is the next question?
That was when people answered, didn't it?
Yeah, these are the.
Read some interesting ones.
Should I find? Did I do any more?
No.
Oh, I didn't do any more polls. I should have done another poll.
Give us the answers. People get the written answers. We'll just
Alright,
walk through
cool.
those and then we'll try.
I'll
Yeah.
give the written answers still.
Hey, listen. Best of luck to you in this next recording session.
Do you feel a duty to fulfill your parents' projections and why?
What are people saying?
Cool.
I'm guessing people said yes.
Some people said nah, my life, and no, I'm an individual, not an extension of my parents.
Okay, yeah. Fair.
And especially not with every decision.
Okay, sweet.
No, I've got my own dreams and plans. These people are quite headstrong people, no?
Amen.
The only duty you have is to be independent, secure, and ready to face life. Amen.
Amen.
Wow. I've got some really interesting people following me. That's what parents truly need. Yeah. What else?
Wait,
else
what
have I
is
got?
that? Wait, is his view that you need to have security to be a parent?
No, he's saying the only duty you have is to be independent, secure, and ready to face life. That's what parents truly need. So he's trying to say like, what they're telling you
Oh, okay,
might not
okay,
be
okay.
what like they actually need.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah?
yeah.
And I think he's right
Okay, that's
because they have their own subjective viewpoints.
yeah,
don't
bet.
Just make your parents proud by doing everything you can to improve and be better. No, because
That's the key,
it's
though.
my exactly
Always trying to improve yourself has always been.
100%. No, because it's my life. But my mum says she just wants me to do better than her. That's a point that I made earlier today.
It's, but I still feel like that's excessive pressure.
You think so?
I think it's a bit. Too much.
But I feel like that's the way of life, though, bro.
Unless you sucking dick on the side for like.
Wait.
Unless you're a prostitute.
Why are you always going?
No, obviously.
Sus.
No, I'm not being sus.
This is the first.
If-
Are you sucking dick on the side?
If I had to, I would.
This guy.
No, you asked me the question.
What the hell?
If
We're
I-
looking for new
if it was-
people.
So
What?
if you had no way out, you would
We're looking for someone new
give
to
head
join.
on the side.
the cheeky fellas.
If I was broke and I couldn't pay rent,
You would give head on the side, Daniel.
if someone offered me 50
Daniel,
bags
shut the fuck
to
up.
pay rent,
You would give head on the side.
possibly.
No, you wouldn't.
You just said that you would.
I said that.
You said if you had to, and that sounds like you pretty much have to.
I did. Okay, possibly.
Wow, Daniel.
What? So you wouldn't?
No.
No.
Why not?
Bro, did we not just say if you go pen, you can change your life around?
Yeah.
Did we not just say that? Bruv, I will
broke?
go jail, bro. If I had no option, I'll go jail, change my life around, come out
Okay.
a better
A new
man.
man.
Actually, no.
You
Let me
crazy.
add this statement in before you even try to
You
move forward. Yeah, listen.
crazy.
You're saying all this, yeah, but let me say this right now. Yeah, this is a movie quote. Yeah, you don't know, yeah, that you don't like. sucking
Oh
dick
my God,
Oh my
no,
days.
no,
Till
Oh my
you
fucking
suck.
days.
no. I'm editing that out.
You can't edit it out.
No,
This whole part is getting beat.
that's dead. I'm moving on to the next question. Man. Do you believe your peers influence your level of success?
That's why you gotta have a good network around.
Boom. I don't really mess with these lazy ass niggas no more, man. I do not.
Is it
I
every
swear down.
episode?
Do you know what?
Bro, I have to because people need to know.
Do you know what? Straight up, if it's not gonna be their wealth or their level of success that I'm looking at, it'll be their determination.
Their mindset.
And it's
100%.
And I remember
Oh yeah, 100%.
it's one of the reasons we're on this podcast. I'll be straight with you. I remember
Exactly.
I saw someone else had started like 4 businesses and this and that whilst at university, and I was like, oh crap, I actually could have done at least one of those things if I'd actually just decided. You know what I mean? Put the work in. So maybe not their success, but their mindset, determination,
And the drive.
I'll be like, you know
Because
what, I need that.
It's one thing talking about it, having this clever mind, knowing the loopholes in
You're
life.
You're a doer. in
What
life.
are you doing about it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like the doers, man.
The
people that
doers,
do it.
the action men, the
Yeah.
action women.
Action.
That's what I'm about. That's what I need. That's what I need around me. People of action, not of words. Words don't mean nothing. All right, cool. Yeah, people are saying yes. Not influence, but motivation.
Yeah, motivated.
They always try to make $1, even if they got 9 to 5s. They always got a business side. Okay, I got my people for partying, and all they do is party. True. And I got my people who always try to move up. But the party people stay for party people. I don't talk to you about business.
Yeah.
I don't talk to you about moving forward. I'm talking to you when I'm trying to get lit. You know what I mean? That's it.
And we all know people like that.
For sure.
And them man, maybe in their own circle, are hustlers.
There we go. They
But
might have their
in
own
your
thing on their side.
circle, yeah, there we go. Your
You know what I mean?
relationship
I ain't hating on nobody's set. Do your thing, innit?
yeah, 100%.
Maybe I can say yes for one, but for the other, okay, I don't know, chatting shit. I can't even give that a straight answer because I got different peer groups, but maybe, fair enough. Someone said
That's
yes.
what we said just
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Someone said yes, whether if we want to or not, good or bad, there is an influence involved, etc., etc. Yeah, we should acquire to have a crowd with similar expectations, for sure. So yeah, that was it for that. That was it for that. That was it for the public questions. Thank you guys for coming through. Thank you
so
very much. It helps us understand what you guys are thinking as well, you know. I mean, it's good. Thank you so much for that, guys. And that was our episode
Yo.
on on
Cheeky
what was it
Fellas
as well?
episode 3.
The episode
What's
title?
the name of the episode title? again?
Hey, I don't remember.
I don't know. There's just so much
Validation.
permutations to it.
We'll remember it when we edit
Yeah,
it. When
for
we
sure.
edit it. You'll see the
For
title
sure.
then. but-
Validation.
Validation,
Wait. Validation.
Yeah.
Pressures from our parents.
Yeah, pressure for success.
Success. Yeah.
Boom.
Success
There
and
we go.
validation.
There we go.
So that's
Beautiful.
us, guys. Thank you.
Success.
Hope you
Episode
enjoyed the
3.
episode and hope you came away enlightened. But this was an episode when we're trying to enlighten each other and enlighten you guys as well.
Precisely.
So yeah, thank you for tuning in. It's the Cheeky Fellas. We out.